Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The global event that is Record Store Day is now behind us. It's a Sunday evening over here. Actually, it was more of a record store weekend for me. I visited a record shop on Friday, did a couple yesterday, of course, to get those exclusive Record Store Day releases and check out some of the live sessions in Ghent. And I just got home from visiting another record store to pick up a couple of releases that I missed in the shops yesterday or that just weren't available in those other shops. So this video is going to be all about record shops. I'm going to show you around a bit in the shops that I visited and of course take a look at some of the releases that I picked up. So enjoy the video. So that was George and the Bear, a great shop in Genk, which I've already talked about. And I really wanted to start this video with them. A great shop, I really like going there. It was Friday, so no Record Store Day releases there. They aren't even participating, but more about that later. I did pick up something. It's hard to leave that store without something. It's the third album, if I'm not mistaken, from No Such Thing, who is a producer. There you have him. I think it's his third album, Parallels. It was released on Innovative Leisure in 2017, and it has a track with Steve Spacek on vocals. So yeah, good grab in the sales bin at George and the Bear. I'm in Ghent in Belgium at Music Mania Records, right here, which is kind of an institution in Belgium, a very famous record store. So let's see what they have. So like you just saw, the first shop that I visited on Record Store Day was Music Mania in Ghent, an institution, 55 years going strong with a wide range of records in all genres. So let me show you some of the records that I picked up there. The first one is the 25th anniversary reissue of Nightmares on Wax Car Boot Soul. This is a great down-tempo hip-hop soul album, the third album from Nightmares on Wax. I have the original, but this comes in a limited edition with a bonus 7-inch, a poster, stickers, deluxe sleeve. It's numbered. So this is a great album and one of the things that I absolutely wanted on Record Store Day. Probably going to be available afterwards, but the copies were actually going pretty fast. So this is a great album. I'm really happy that I grabbed this. Another one that I picked up in Music Mania is David Sylvian and 9 Horses. There you are. The album is called Snowborn Sorrow. It's the expanded version. It's the first time on vinyl. And actually it was Norman Mazzy, who talked about this, that he was looking out for this record, but it was only on the UK list of Record Store Day. So I don't know if it's going to be available in America anytime soon. I hope so. Of course, David Sylvian is the singer of Japan, the band from the 80s, 70s, 80s, who has a beautiful voice, who worked with Ryuichi Sakamoto. And Ryuichi Sakamoto is actually on this album. And I listened to a couple of tracks. It sounds very good. I'm really curious to give this a whole listen. So happy I picked this up. David Sylvian. And of course, the third one, well, it's another reissue, I know. This is Maiden Voyage from Global Communication. Mark Pritchard and Tom Middleton. Maiden Voyage is a track from their legendary ambient album 76 minutes 14 seconds. And this has some more upbeat techno remixes. It's a limited edition and it was a really low number that they had, number 33, you know, always nice. So yeah, some good remixes on there, and I'm gonna check this out in the next couple of days. Also at Music Mania, there were a couple of live sessions. Now, Music Mania has the advantage of being on the corner of the Performing Arts Center 404, which is a big, well-respected arts center. So they had the opportunity, they always work together on Record Store Day. There were a couple of live sessions in the cafe there, and they parked a bus in front of the building where there were also live sessions, which was really cool. I saw Isabels there, who is quite a successful Belgian singer-songwriter. In the cafe, I saw Whispering Suns, who is a fantastic post-punk band from Belgium. They just released their second album. Really go check them out if you like rock music and that post-punk sound. Somewhere in between Dry Cleaning and Joy Division, maybe. I'm not really an expert in the whole post-punk movement, but that's where I kind of position them. So that was very good. I really enjoyed that. And the highlight of the day for me, performance-wise, was Loverman, who is a Belgian artist as well. He's a crooner who has a very bluesy sound, a great voice, and incorporates some electronic elements in there. It was just 20-minute session, but I totally loved it. It was very, very good. So I had to buy the album on the spot. This is the album by Loverman. I had it signed, of course, on the inside. You never know what these artists are going to put on there. So this is very good. I know some of the singles that they played on the radio. He got heavy rotation on the radio with his singles. So I'm very curious to hear this in its entirety. But here is some footage from the live shows or the live sessions that I saw on Record Store Day.
I won't be there, I won't be there, I swear you won't find me. I won't be there, I won't be there, I swear you won't find me.
He's ready to leave, forget for good, and live his life like he never did before. So now he's ready to leave his pain for good.
Sounds all the same. It makes you feel that you're alive. There's no one to blame, but are you seeing right? What is one night if it happens to be tonight? So tell me.
So in between live sessions at the V04 and the Music Mania, I went to Vanilla, which is just nearby. Another very well-known and highly respected shop in the Belgian vinyl landscape. I remember I lived in Ghent for a year, a long time ago, and I always went there if I wanted to buy underground music, from post-rock to electronica, very alternative stuff there. But they also have a great stock of second-hand releases, so you can find a lot there. Always an interesting shop, but they don't really participate in Record Store Day, so they didn't have much of the new releases there. But I do want to show a second-hand album that I picked up on ECM. This is Leo Smith's Divine Love from 1979. And it sounds really beautiful in the whole, thing with more ambient jazz that's going on right now, with International Anthem doing stuff like that, and Andre 3000's Flute album. So yeah, I'm happy I picked this up, and I can't wait to listen to it in its entirety. Leo Smith's Divine Love, picked up on Record Store Day. Very nice second-hand release. So after that, I continued my journey of the day to Kortrijk to stay with my dad, and the Record Store Day celebrations at Crate Records went into the night there, didn't close at 6. And actually, my cousin's partner performed there with his project ZLDR. So here's a little video to give you an idea what that was all about.
Impossible pas rapper, faut pas me causer si par hasard. Mes mots de tranche, comme les lames d'un cuistot au taquet. T'es comme un reste, bien sûr, de toi je vais m'en débarrasser. T'es embarrassant, pas léger, tu pars du vent. Tu parles trop, tes résultats sont insignifiants. T'as trop d'ego pour un connard si indifférent. Toujours tu crois que tu te trouves vraiment près du but. Ça fait pitié, car je sais que tu vas finir sans.
So this afternoon on my way home, I stopped in Overijse, which is near Brussels, at 320 Records. It's a relatively new shop. They've only been open like 18 months, I believe. But the owner is super friendly guy. It's a great shop with a lot of records, mostly new records, some secondhand. And I picked up a couple of Record Store Day releases there that I missed on Saturday. The first one is Bill Evans. Everybody digs Bill Evans. Classic album, was released originally on Riverside Records. A great recording from 1959 with Sam Jones on bass and Philly Joe Jones on drums. A great album, fantastic jazz classic. Speaking of jazz, a couple of years ago, Giles Peterson made a compilation of timeless jazz. It was only on CD for the Japanese market, I believe, but now Music on Vinyl have pressed it on vinyl. So this is it. Timeless Jazz Classics compiled by Giles Peterson. This is pressed on a limited edition of 750 numbered copies on silver colored vinyl. I got number 256 of this. But it's a great compilation. Here's the track list. And yeah, so Giles Peterson wrote some liner notes and a commentary on each of the tracks, why he selected them. So yeah, this is gonna be a great listen, undoubtedly. Apparently it wasn't easily available, so I'm happy they had it there. And one that I absolutely wanted to have is G-Love and Special Sauce debut album from 1994, so it's the 30th anniversary. A great album. It still stands, you know, it stood the test of time. And yeah, I'm really happy I got this on is it on any fancy color? Light blue vinyl, 30th anniversary. Apparently these are going very fast as well. So sold out already in many shops. I don't know how many they pressed, but it's probably gonna be available later, maybe on black vinyl then. But anyway, glad I picked this up. G-Love and Special Sauce was on my want list for Record Store Day. So okay, so that was Record Store Day 2024. Some final thoughts. Well, Record Store Day has been getting a lot of criticism in the last couple of years because it no longer serves its initial purpose, which was to promote independent record stores, independent artists and labels. There's not much left of that there. The big companies have taken over with the known frustration of long waiting lines on the pressing plants and stuff like that. And it's true, that's a really sad evolution. What I heard in a couple of record stores is that they are not participating because, first of all, the list is so long with unnecessary releases, which is true in my opinion. They have a hard time getting them on time, if ever. So they just say, well, no, we're not going to do this. This doesn't make any sense. And I completely understand them. I don't want to start a whole political discussion here, but I think, you know, that's capitalism at work there. And you can sit down and complain about it. But I had a great day yesterday. I saw some great sessions, bought a couple of cool releases. And, you know, it is what it is. I think there's nothing more to say about it.